back to Bernat.com. Today we're going to be learning the single crochet. It's a great beginning stitch when you're learning to crochet. You need to have learned the foundation chain. If you don't know how to do it, it's really easy, I promise. But we do have a video at Bernat.com that will take you through it step by step. So let's get started on learning how to single crochet. So today I'm using Bernat Super Value as my yarn and a 5mm crochet hook, and here you'll see I have 5 foundation chains I've made already, and I'm going to be working my single crochets into the second chain from the hook. So the way that you figure that out, you don't count the one that's on your hook. This is your first one right here, so you can kind of see a V right here. That's your first one. That's the one you're going to skip, and you're actually going to work into the second one. So if you have your chain sort of facing you like this, you can kind of see all the V's, and you're going to count 1, 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to insert my hook into that chain. So I have one loop going over the top of my hook. I want to wrap my yarn around my hook. Now at first you may find it easier to just wrap like this. Eventually you'll get used to finding a way to wrap the yarn around your fingers. And once you have that wrapped around your hook, you want to pull that loop through, so you have now 2 loops on your hook. You want to wrap your yarn around your hook and pull through both of those loops. And that actually is your first single crochet. So now let me do that again, and I'm going to work into, this is the one we just worked into, so I'm going to work into the next chain. So that's this one right here. I'm going to insert my hook. I'm going to wrap my yarn around, draw up a loop. I have 2 loops on my hook. Wrap my yarn around my hook and pull that through those 2. And now I have 2 single crochets. And you can kind of see that's your first one. It has 2 bars, and that's your second one, 2 bars right there. So let's do that again. That's the one I just worked into. This is the one I'm going to be working into next. Insert my hook, wrap my yarn around my hook, pull up a loop, wrap my yarn around my hook, and pull through both loops on your hook. And that's your third single crochet. And here I'm going to show you one in sort of a fluid motion around. Oops. Sometimes you'll catch one of the other loops, but that's easy enough. You just drop it off your hook and try again. And pull through, and there you go. So that's 4. So now we're at the end of our row. So what do? We turn it, and with a single crochet, you want to start your row with a chain 1. So chain 1, just like that. So basically, you have your loop on your hook, you wrap your yarn around your hook, and you pull it through your loop. Now, here is your first stitch. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches. I'm going to insert my hook through both of those top bars. You can kind of see, if I loosen that a little bit, there's 2 there. That's my working loop right there. And that's my stitch. I need to have 2 bars on top. I want to wrap my yarn around my hook, pull it up, wrap my yarn around my hook, and pull through both loops. It's the same as working through the foundation chain, except for you've just got to find your spot to put your hook into, and that's through those 2 bars. You need both of those front and back loops on your hook. So we've got it inserted into our stitch. We want to wrap our yarn around, pull up a loop, wrap our yarn around, and go through both loops. And that's all there is to it. So this is what rows of single crochets look like when they're all done, row after row, and it looks basically the same on both sides because we're flipping it each time as we go around. So that's all single crochets. So that's all there is to it, and we'll see you again at Bernat.com.